The story of Anneliese Michel is one that continues to captivate and disturb many. It's a harrowing tale of alleged possession, exorcism, and tragic loss. To understand this story, we must delve into the life and experiences of Anneliese Michel, a young woman whose life took a tragic and unsettling turn. Born on September 21, 1952, in Klingenberg, Bavaria, Germany, Anneliese Michel was the daughter of devoutly religious parents, Joseph and Anna Michel. She was raised in a Catholic household and grew up with strong spiritual beliefs. Anneliese's early life appeared to be relatively ordinary. However, as she reached her teenage years, a series of events unfolded that would eventually lead to a profoundly disturbing ordeal. At the age of 16, Anneliese began to experience episodes of strange behavior, including a loss of consciousness and severe convulsions. These incidents were initially diagnosed as symptoms of epilepsy, a neurological condition characterized by seizures. Despite medical treatment, Anneliese's condition worsened. She also began displaying signs of severe depression and anxiety. In addition to her epilepsy, she was diagnosed with other mental health disorders. Her family sought help from medical professionals and mental health experts to alleviate her suffering. As Anneliese's condition deteriorated, a shift occurred within her family. Her parents began to believe that her suffering was not solely due to medical or psychological issues, but rather something of a spiritual and supernatural nature. They believed that she might be possessed by demonic entities. This belief prompted the Michels to consult with both medical professionals and the Catholic Church. They desperately sought answers and relief for their daughter's torment. Anneliese Michel underwent numerous medical treatments, including psychiatric care and hospitalization, but her symptoms persisted. She expressed the belief that her condition was a result of possession by several demons. The family's appeals to the Catholic Church eventually led to an investigation by local priests and clergy. They conducted interviews and assessments of Anneliese's behavior, during which she exhibited aversions to religious objects and demonstrated unusual physical strength and vocalizations. As a result of these investigations, the priests began to consider the possibility of demonic possession. The situation took an even darker turn when the exorcism ritual was proposed as a potential solution to Anneliese's suffering. In 1975, when Anneliese was 23 years old, a series of exorcism rituals began. Father Arnold Renz and Pastor Ernst Elt were the designated exorcists. The exorcism process is detailed in a series of audio recordings in which Anneliese can be heard screaming, growling, and speaking in various voices. She also claimed to be possessed by multiple demons, including Judas Iscariot, Nero, Cain, and Hitler. The exorcisms were conducted over a span of several months and were performed at the Michel family home in Klingenberg. Anneliese's behavior during these rituals were reported to be violent and terrifying. The rituals were physically demanding, and Anneliese allegedly refused to eat during this time. As the exorcisms continued, Anneliese's health rapidly declined. She became emaciated, weak, and unable to move without assistance. Her family and the priests believed that the exorcisms were progressing and that her suffering was a sign of the demons being expelled from her body. Tragically, on July 1, 1976, Anneliese Michel passed away at the age of 23 due to malnutrition and dehydration. Her death was a result of extreme neglect and physical strain she had endured during the exorcisms. The death of Anneliese Michel did not go unnoticed. Authorities launched an investigation, and in 1978, both her parents and the two exorcists were brought to trial. They were charged with negligent homicide. During the trial, the exorcism tapes as well as the medical evidence and testimonies were presented. The court found the accused parties guilty of failing to provide the necessary medical care for Anneliese and sentenced them to 6 months in jail, which was later suspended to 3 years probation. The case of Anneliese Michel remains highly controversial and is widely debated. Some view it as a tragic example of the consequences of blending mental illness with religious and supernatural beliefs, while others believe that her experiences were genuinely supernatural and that she was indeed possessed by demons. Critics argue that her neglect and mistreatment were inexcusable, while some proponents of the exorcism claim that Annaliese's suffering was a form of atonement for the sins of the world. The story continues to be the subject of intense scrutiny and has inspired books, documentaries, and films, including The Exorcism of Emily Rose. The story of Anneliese Michel serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of seeking appropriate medical and mental health care for individuals facing complex challenges. It also raises profound questions about the boundaries between faith, superstition, and mental illness. While the real-life incidents surrounding Annaliese's exorcism are tragic and disturbing, they have sparked discussions about the responsibilities of both religious and medical institutions when dealing with cases involving the intersection of faith and mental health. The story of Anneliese Michel is a tragic reminder of the consequences of untreated mental health issues and the dangers of extreme beliefs. Regardless of one's perspective on the case, it highlights the need for compassion, understanding, and appropriate medical care for those who are suffering. Do you know about the legend of Mandy the doll? Mandy the doll is an eerie and enigmatic porcelain doll that resides in the Quesnel Museum in British Columbia, Canada. Her story is one that has captured the imagination of those interested in the paranormal, and she has gained a reputation as one of the most haunted objects in the world. Mandy's origins are shrouded in mystery. Some accounts suggest that she was created in Germany in the early 20th century, while others claim she is much older. Regardless of her age, Mandy's unsettling appearance is immediately noticeable. With her cracked porcelain face, disheveled hair, and vacant eyes, she exudes an eerie and unsettling aura. What sets Mandy the doll apart from other allegedly haunted objects are the numerous reported incidents and experiences associated with her. Visitors to the Quesnel Museum have shared stories of strange occurrences and eerie encounters that have left them questioning the nature of reality. One of the most unsettling aspects of Mandy the doll is her ability to change expressions. Visitors have reported that her facial expression, particularly her smile, seems to alter when they gaze at her. Some have claimed that she looks sad even when angry at times, leading to a sense of unease. Many museum goers have reported hearing faint giggling or laughter coming from the vicinity of Mandy the doll. These giggles seemingly emanate from nowhere and have no clear source, adding to the eerie atmosphere surrounding her. It is not uncommon for electronic devices such as cameras and cell phones to malfunction in Mandy's presence. Visitors have reported that their devices suddenly stop working or experience glitches when attempting to photograph or record the doll. Cold spots. Areas where the temperature suddenly drops significantly have been reported near Mandy. This phenomena is often associated with paranormal activity and has left many visitors feeling a chilling presence around the doll. Several individuals who have encountered Mandy have described overwhelming feelings of dread and unease in her presence. Some have even claimed to have felt as though they were being watched by an unseen presence while near the doll. There have been reports of visitors experiencing strange behavior after interacting with Mandy. Some have said that they felt compelled to touch or talk to the doll, even if they were initially skeptical. A number of people have reported having vivid and disturbing nightmares after visiting Mandy. These nightmares often feature the doll as a central figure, adding to the perception that she holds a dark and malevolent presence. Despite the multitude of eerie experiences and unsettling encounters associated with Mandy the doll, the museum staff remains skeptical and emphasizes that the doll is simply a curiosity. This suggests that the stories may be a result of psychological factors, overactive imaginations, or suggestibility. Nevertheless, the legend of Mandy persists, drawing paranormal enthusiasts and curious visitors from around the world. Mandy the doll story is a haunting and perplexing one. While some dismiss her reputation as a mere urban legend, others are convinced that there is something truly otherworldly about her. Whether it's the changing expressions, the inexplicable giggles, or the cold spot that seem to materialize in her presence, Mandy continues to be a source of fascination and fear. Visitors to the Quesnel Museum in British Columbia can experience the eerie presence of Mandy the doll for themselves, and her legend continues to grow as more people share their own encounters with this enigmatic porcelain doll. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, The story of Mandy the doll is a chilling reminder that there are mysteries in the world that defy explanation, leaving us to ponder the unknown and the unexplained.